We turn our attention to a pitcher's biggest fear, the comebacker. So how much force was behind what happened to Bryce Fleury on September 8th, 2000? To find out, we turn back to Crash and once again put him in harm's way. But standing in for a pitcher, Crash won't have the protection of a batting helmet. Now our scientists need to figure out how fast to crank up the pitching machine. To do this requires understanding the physics of a collision. Upon impact, a bat actually flexes and, like a slingshot, sends the ball back faster than it was thrown. Our scientists calculate that the line drive that struck Bryce Fleury was traveling 120 miles an hour. That's 30% faster than the beanball. So will the comebacker generate 30% more force? As we replicate the precise conditions of Bryce Fleury's accident, Crash will find out.
Fire in the hole!
So how much force did this hit generate? The beanball, traveling at 95 miles an hour, generated 2,400 pounds of force. But the comebacker, traveling 30% faster at 120 miles an hour, slams into an unprotected head with an astonishing 5,500 pounds of force, over twice as much force generated by the beanball. This is enough force to stop a Mini Cooper moving at 10 miles an hour dead in its tracks. So how quickly did Bryce have to react? Our motion tracking technology breaks down the scariest moment in baseball. Fleury's follow-through leaves him only 55 feet from home plate. From the instant the ball is struck, leaving the bat at 120 miles an hour, Fleury has only 312 milliseconds to react. As the image of the ball enters his eye, it's broken down into electrical impulses. The brain takes 110 milliseconds to decode this data, but as the ball travels the last 15 feet toward his head, the brain and the eyes cannot work together fast enough, and the ball is essentially invisible. In Bryce Fleury's case, at the moment of bat-to-ball contact, his glove was waist-high and had to travel 26 vertical inches to impede the path of the ball. Even the slightest deflection could have saved his face, but he can't react in time.
evening to you guys. How you guys doing? Furious Pete here, Furious Talks, where I talk about fitness, eating, and anything I'd really want to, and show you all my travel stuff, which I really love to do. But let's talk about rest days in training. Rest days, rest days, rest days. That's right, those napping days where you do no fitness whatsoever. I am guilty of not taking enough rest days very often. However, I'm taking the last 2 days off. That's right, taking 2 freaking whole days off. And tomorrow, I absolutely can't wait to go to the gym. Why? Because I know my performance is going to be that much better. It's going to be that much more intense, that much more energy I'm going to have to lift every single rep. Why is that? Because I've had carbohydrates over the last 2 days built up within my body. Glycogen levels are nice and high, and therefore I'm going to have enough energy from my body to lift more reps, possibly a heavier weight, possibly train longer. Now, I know a lot of people don't necessarily know what a day off is. Some people think that going into the gym and just doing cardio and not lifting weights is considered a day off. But I think it's really important that you just do nothing for a day or two during a week span. A lot of people will do a week span and they'll lift for 5 days straight, and then on the weekend do 2 days of cardio. In my opinion, that shouldn't be considered a rest day. You're still technically tearing apart muscle fibers when you're doing cardio. For instance, you have a leg day on Thursday and you take Saturday and Sunday off to do cardio. You start doing some running, biking, whatever. You still have fibers in your legs that are being torn. Glycogen is being depleted from your body, and as a result, you are not necessarily going to be as recovered for the next week's workout. Along with that, because you didn't take those 2 days off, everything that could have been stored within your body and all the fibers that could have been technically fixed and repaired, muscle fibers in your body that could have been fixed and repaired, are no longer going to be fixed and repaired to the best possibility for the next week's workout. What I'm getting at, bitches, friends, fans, patrons of this world, is do yourself a favor and make sure you take at least 2 days off every week from your workouts. That means no gym whatsoever. Take 3 days off. If you aren't seeing any results, make sure that you lift heavy and take more rest time, eat more, and so forth. That's it, my friends. That's all I freaking wanted to say, alright? Alright. You guys stay sexy. You stay hungry. And of course, get laid.